So, chapter 2 of the book by Joyce Meyer, Battlefield of the Mind, is titled A Vital Necessity. I love it. I just love how she puts things. And she starts off with the book of Proverbs 23, verse 7. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And I know that the verse continues to say that rise up, eat and drink. I love that chapter. Our thoughts are powerful. Our thoughts shape us to whom we are. And she emphasizes on thinking properly, thinking right. I was reading this and thinking, sometimes we don't even have an idea whether the thoughts that we have are actually right thoughts, improper thoughts. Like, we are so accustomed to moving each day out, like on an automatic gear. I wake up, my mind has been accustomed to the same things every single day. So one of the most crucial things that is happening to me right now is, as I go through this book and also as I put these scriptures out there, it's causing me to think about how I think. It's causing me to reflect upon my own life. Yes, I have had some negative thoughts about myself personally, things that I'm starting to realize, and things that I have to start working on. That's the beauty of trying to influence myself to think right. I have narrated to you before how I was influenced by a comment by someone that I loved dearly, and how that has gone as to influence how I've even made my career choices. But now I realize that if I do not have the right kind of thinking, then I do not expect to have the right kind of actions. Because my thinking influences the person that I am. She goes off to quote the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 5. That if you dwell on the things of the flesh, if your mind is focused on the things of the flesh, think about it, then that's how you shall behave. That's the actions you shall have. But if you focus on the things of the Spirit, then you shall act and behave like a spiritual person. The things of the flesh, greed, envy, because of mostly when we are guided by just how we feel, and we negate to have a second to think of how we are feeling, to have the right kind of thoughts in different situations, then eventually this catches up to us. Because if you're moving on an automatic gear, not focusing on what you're thinking about, then what happens? You're trying to avoid the things that are going on, not trying to deal with them. And I've been there. And even some of us, we say, I am gonna pray about it, as a way to avoid dealing with the things that are happening to us or happen around us. And Joyce Meyer has outlined this, that we have to be serious about changing our lives and working towards freeing. We have to be serious about freeing ourselves from negative thinking. We have to be serious about the process of right thinking, proper thinking, the process of positive thinking. And we cannot achieve this by power or by might. The only way we can achieve this is by the Spirit of God. So eventually all these things go down to the spiritual aspect of your life. I love the Bible because it outlines even the minute details that we might be tempted to ignore. you know, as a man thinketh, so is he. If we focus on changing ourselves, then we have a chance of changing our world. So right now the world is having a break from human influence, and we've all been talking about global warming and the green movement and everything like that. So right now the world is taking a break. There's less pollution. I've seen those charts online, and the rivers appear much cleaner. So as the world takes a break, we are also taking a break. Are we focusing right now on changing ourselves, reinventing our, because this is what this is all about. It's about Kev, reinventing myself, reinventing my thinking, taking a different direction in my life, in my mostly up here in my thinking. Can I be a better person? I have to be serious about how I think about things, because eventually Joyce Meyer has outlined the book of Matthew 12:33, that my thoughts shall bear fruits. Eventually this is gonna happen. My thoughts shall bear fruits. Your thoughts shall have fruits. It is out of the abundance of your heart. And when the Bible talks about the heart, it does not mean about the physical heart that beats. No. When it talks about the heart, this is a word that I'm gonna go into in a video all by itself. It's talking about the soul, which is the consciousness, our thinking. That's what the Bible is talking about when it says the word heart. It is out of the abundance of our heart that the mouth speaks. And it's not just the mouth, but also our actions. Out of the abundance, out of our thinking, out of the things that we have subconsciously, then eventually they're gonna have fruits. It's gonna be evidence in our lives, how we treat people, because of how on the inside we feel, how we relate with our own selves, because of how we feel on the inside. It's gonna be evidence. So you have to purpose to think right. You have to purpose and commit towards changing your life. You have to purpose. I have to purpose. I have to purpose to think the things that are proper. Have a proper kind of thinking. Have a right thinking. And it's a prayer. David got to this point and he said, "Renew thy spirit within me." That's a prayer that I am going to have and you should have. Because if you're going to make the next step, then you have to start purposing to think right. See you in the next video. Let us keep it real, and let us keep it Jesus, because if we are not honest with ourselves, if we are not real with ourselves, then we can't face the reality of our own faults. Profound. God bless you. Keep it real. Keep it Jesus.